The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Thomas Reed entered. The massive oval room, designed to accommodate representatives of over 300 species, seemed to hold its collective breath. Thomas, or Tom as he preferred, was the first human ever to step foot in this hallowed space. "The human representative may approach," announced the lead counselor, a tall, willowy being with iridescent skin that shimmered under the chamber's ambient lighting. Tom walked forward, his footsteps echoing across the polished floor. He had been chosen not for his diplomatic experience. He had none, but for his peculiar ability to diffuse tense situations with a combination of quick thinking and what humans called common sense. The council had been deadlocked for 3 cycles. The dispute between the methane-breathing Frost Collective and the silicon-based Lithians had escalated to the brink of interstellar conflict. Their territories bordered a resource-rich nebula that both claimed as their ancestral right. Ambassador Reed, the lead counselor, said, "Your species is new to our community. Why do you believe you can resolve what our most experienced diplomats cannot?" Tom cleared his throat. "I don't claim special wisdom, counselor, but sometimes it takes an outsider to see what those too close to a problem cannot." A murmur rippled through the chamber. The human's directness was both refreshing and alarming to beings accustomed to centuries of formal diplomatic protocol. "Proceed," the counselor said, gesturing toward the central platform. For the next hour, Tom listened as representatives from both factions presented their claims. The Frost Collective spoke of ancient migration patterns that predated written history. The Lithians presented stellar cartography showing their early settlements near the nebula. When both sides finished, Tom stood and walked to the center of the chamber. "Both your claims have merit," he began, "but they're based on a fundamental misunderstanding." The chamber erupted in protest. The lead counselor raised a limb for silence. "Please explain, Ambassador Reed. You're fighting over the nebula as if it's a static entity, but my team's analysis shows it's moving quite rapidly on a cosmic scale. In approximately 1,200 years, it will have drifted beyond both your territories." Data projections appeared above him, showing the nebula's trajectory. "The human speaks truth," confirmed the Council's astronomical advisor after reviewing the data. "How did we miss this? Sometimes we're so focused on what we believe we own that we forget to look at what actually exists," Tom said. "The nebula isn't anyone's permanent property. It's a visitor passing through." The revelation shifted the entire framework of the dispute. Tom proposed a joint stewardship program where both species would share access to the nebula's resources during its transit through their region of space, with harvesting quotas proportional to their population's needs. 3 days later, the agreement was signed. As Tom prepared to return to Earth, the lead counselor requested a private meeting. "Your approach was unexpected," the counselor said. "Many of our members are curious why humans were able to resolve this when our most sophisticated diplomatic AI systems failed." Tom smiled. "I think in patterns, counselor. Humans think in stories. We saw this not as a territorial dispute, but as a story about a misunderstood traveler, the nebula itself. Fascinating. And what other stories might humans tell that we haven't heard?" "That's why we need to be here," Tom said. "Every species brings a unique perspective. Humans bring adaptability, creativity, and sometimes an ability to see old problems in new ways." The lead counselor's skin rippled with a color that Tom's translator indicated meant deep contemplation. "There is another matter," the counselor said. "A situation has developed between the Quantum Collective and the Deep Ocean Alliance. Both possess weaponry capable of destroying stars. Would you be willing to assist?" Tom hesitated. "I'm not sure one lucky success qualifies me for." "It wasn't luck, Ambassador Reed. Your species possesses something rare in the galaxy. You evolve in a world of constant change and threat. Most spacefaring species come from stable environments with predictable challenges. Humans adapted to chaos. You thrive in it." Tom considered this. Earth's history was indeed a chaotic tapestry of triumph and disaster, of great cruelty and greater kindness. Perhaps that was humanity's gift to the stars, the ability to navigate uncertainty. "I'll need a team," Tom said finally. "Other humans with different perspectives." The counselor's skin glowed with relief. Of course, the council will provide everything you need. As Tom departed the chamber, he reflected on the strange path that had brought humanity to this moment. For centuries, humans had looked to the stars and wondered if they were alone. They had imagined alien invasions and cosmic horrors. The reality was both simpler and more profound. The galaxy needed humans, not for their technology or resources, but for their uniquely human perspective. The stars, it seemed, needed stories only humans could tell. And so began the era of human diplomacy among the stars, not because humans were the strongest or the wisest, but because they brought something the galaxy desperately needed: the ability to imagine new endings to old stories, and the courage to make those endings real.